Hey YouTube, Halo Guy here. Before I get into this topic for today, I'd like to thank each and everyone for watching right now. Over the last week, I've been gaining at least one sub per day, which may not seem that much, and to be honest, in the grand scheme, it really isn't. But to me, it does mean the world, so thank you. And one more thing, I have never seen a channel with so little subscribers have this many likes and comments as this one has relative to the amount of views a video is getting, which is just insane. I see the same people commenting in all of my videos, and it makes me feel great to know that you're really enjoying the content, to keep coming back to the videos, and I believe we can grow a really awesome and engaging community together. So again, thank you so much. But back to the video you came here for. Today I wanted to have a good think about what kind of gameplay I would truly like Halo Infinite to have. Classic, modern, or a fuse between the two. And I think I've came to a conclusion about the kind of movement I'd like to see in Halo Infinite. But to be clear, if this doesn't happen, I'm not going to be upset in the slightest. I have truly enjoyed every Halo game, classic or modern. To me, Halo is Halo, and I think it works either way, with Halo 5 and Halo 2 being my two favourite games in the series, so hopefully this doesn't stir the pot in the comment section. Be civil with each other, and just know that we're all Halo fans and want a great game to play, and the Halo experience means something different to everyone. For me, it's a balanced multiplayer with a wide range of maps, an engaging story with fun enemies and level design, and last but certainly not least, it's the fun and laughs that you can have with your friends in custom games, and every Halo game has provided me with at least one of these aspects, with Halo 5 giving me the balanced multiplayer and fun with friends in custom games, Halo 4 giving me the engaging story, Reach giving me the story as well as the custom games, and 3, well, you get the point. I'll not go into every game here, maybe something for the future though. So back to the gameplay. Well, first things first, we need to choose a game as our baseline, and I'm actually going to go with Halo 5 for this, only because it has a wide range of player settings and traits. So we have our Spartan, with sprint, thrusters, ground pound, Spartan charge, stabilization, slide and mantle. Way too much stuff. So let's rip out the ability I would take out with absolutely zero hesitation. Spartan charge. Next up, sprint. It's been a while since we've had a new Halo game without sprint, and I like to be able to experience that sort of gameplay again in a modern game. But to be honest, I take it or leave it, but for the purpose of this video, we'll take it out, but maybe it could go into custom game options so it can be utilised by minigame creators. And with sprint gone, obviously slide goes away with it by default. So now we're left with thrusters, ground pound, stabilization and mantle, and to be honest, I like all of these abilities. The thrust adds so much to gunfights and map movement. The ground pound is just a fun mechanic that forces you to give up the high ground in order to utilise it, so I think it's quite balanced in that aspect. Stabilization, again, adds to the skill jumping aspect of the game, and as for mantle, well, I enjoy it for the same reason as thrust and stabilization, the skill jumps. I'm not going to get into the mantle debate. Favin and Azolai already got into that in a back and forth passive aggressive series of videos, so I do not want any part of that. I'll just stay in my little corner. Now, as for the pickups, I think with the removal of sprint, a pickup that allows for faster movement would be an interesting thing to add to the game. But then I realised, we've already got that. It's called a speed boost. It just never gets utilised in maps, so let's change that. Get the power up in a state of balance that is actually useful, but not too overpowered, so that it gets put into more developer made maps. And while we're at it, the damage boost could probably go through the same process and get it to a point where it could be added to more maps as well, since Overshield and Camo are getting a bit old, and doubling the power up pool would be a great way for the game's replayability in my opinion. And now for the cherry on top. Projectile or hit scan weaponry. Now this is a toughie. Two of my favourite games, Halo 5 and Halo 2, both use hit scan weapons, so I thought that would be the obvious answer. But I also think that they both have the weakest big team battle game mode, and I don't think that's just a coincidence. So I'm going to go with projectile weapons since it offers a great experience on both small maps and large maps, whereas hit scan only really works well on smaller maps, but I don't want some Halo 3 level projectiles. That's just far too slow for my liking. So if it is projectile, make them fast projectiles so they don't affect you too much in close range combat, but they do make a difference in long range combat. allowing for easier traversal around big team battle maps. And I think that about does it. So to summarise, the abilities I want to stay are Thrust, Ground Pound, Stabilisation and Mantle. I want Speed Boost to take a bigger role in the power up meta for the game, as well as the damage boost. And I want projectile based weapons for all guns, just not Halo 3 level of speed. But leave down in the comments your thoughts and opinions on my Halo setup, and comment what you'd personally like to see in the game in terms of abilities, gameplay, power-ups and weapons and just all that jazz. Pitch me your perfect Halo game. I'll be interested to know what y'all think. Just remember to keep it civil. But other than that guys, like the video if you enjoyed, it helps the channel out a ton. Subscribe with notifications if you haven't already to stay up to date with all my latest videos as soon as they go live. I'll be covering all Halo news, big or small, so you'll want to keep up with the channel. I'd like to thank you all for watching till the end, I really appreciate it. I'll see you guys next time, and have a good one.